Hey, thanks for joining in today on Dusty DIY. Today we are looking at a 2022 Can-Am Maverick, and basically we feel like it doesn't have enough ground clearance, kind of low, especially with all the accessories on the back. It's weighted down enough. We are going to be putting on a new spring pack. All right, as you can see, we have a spring pack here. They are all labeled rear lower, rear upper, front lower, front upper. So this is the pack. We actually got it from brand name Shock Therapy. Supposed to be able to give us at least 16 inches of clearance, hopefully. So we're gonna go ahead and put that on. We've laid it all out so that you can identify what we need here. Okay, what we've done so far is we went and jacked it up, and right here on the top shock area, as you can see, it's an 18mm bolt that goes through here. We've already pulled that one out. So pretty easy. Once it's jacked up, just wiggle the wheel a little bit and then pull that out right there, 18mm. All right, next step is we got to pull the lower bolts out right here. And they are 18mm. They're inside of a tube, so we got a ratchet for the back side. To hold the nut. Get that on. We got a 18mm gun on the front. Oh, I got it. All right. So there's the bolt for the front. Get that bolt out. The front shock actually comes out pretty easily. You could take the wheels off. Might be a little bit easier, but it doesn't look like you have to. All right, now it should come right out. A little bit of maneuvering. Just like that. All right, we've got the rear right here and the front's right here. Now we gotta somehow compress this spring down and pull this apart. We're gonna show you how we're gonna do it. We went to the local AutoZone store. All right, we picked up this spring compressor kit. It was only about 50 bucks. I take that back. This is the bottom end of our spring, and this is the top of our spring up where, what's this thing called?
A reservoir.
This got the reservoir on top. So this is the way the spring goes on the vehicle. It's like that. But we're gonna unload it from the bottom side. Has these pins you push in just to help so it doesn't pop off the spring while you're working on it. Okay, we got the spring or compressor set, and on both sides, basically gonna pull a little bit at a time here. Go easy and just enough that we can get this pin out, or this plate. Definitely don't want to stand right in front of it. All right, before you compress it, you actually push this bushing down 2 or 3 inches on the shaft of the shock, and then compress it. Once it's compressed, you should have enough room to get out the plate, just like that. Let's decompress. All right, now as you can see, we just took this plate off right here. Push this down first. And this is the sleeve that goes between the two. The short part of the sleeve goes up because the shock's upside down. And then the upper spring. All right, next we got to adjust this bottom part a little bit, so the ring. So we're going to loosen it up by using a screwdriver and a hammer. That wasn't bad. All right, going to go ahead and loosen this upper ring. Okay, once you loosen your bottom ring and your top ring, you're actually going to measure right off here off the base where the shock is and to the height of where this bottom spring sets on this sleeve that's on these bottom rings is 3.5. We've adjusted it up a little. And then these upper rings where the other shock holder sets down is 7 inches. So 3.5 and 7. So now we're going to go ahead and tighten our rings back up. There you go. That's a good idea. Seemed like it tightened better when I went that way.
Yeah, I think it'll be good.
That's probably. All right, we got those tight and adjusted. We're gonna go back on. You put your front upper small spring first. This goes like this.
Yep.
Just like that. Yeah, let's just put it on just so we know. Okay, a little bit at a time. Kind of bringing the spring back equal on each side. Got to be careful not to get your fingers in there and watch what you're doing. Hopefully. Compress it enough that you can get this sleeve back in there, like that, and slowly decompress. Okay, you want to make sure that when you line up your springs, you're lining them up 180 degrees from each other, the end of them. So we've got one right here and one right here as we decompress it now. Slowly decompress. There. Okay, I think we got it. So now we're going to slide this grommet back up where it goes.
Oh, stop.
Here we go, reverse order. We're going to push the grommet down a little bit, 2 or 3 inches. Compress the spring with the spring compressor. Pull this plate out and pull the springs off. Okay, we loosened both of our rings up with a screwdriver and a hammer. Now we've adjusted this one. The bottom where the spring will sit is 3.5 inches off this base right there, and this one is 7 inches to the top of this adjustment ring. We went ahead and put the lower spring on and the spacer and the upper spring. Now gonna compress it again. Is that gonna go now?
Yeah, look at that. Okay, wait. Before we do that.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and line up the springs 180 from each other. Okay, reverse order. Gonna go ahead and set the spring back in and put the bottom bolt in first. Move close, you got it. Okay. Good job. Go ahead and throw the top bolt in there. Good.
I think so.
Okay, here we go. There you go. All right, we got the front all together. Just tighten these 2 bolts right here, and it so far looks like we've got good clearance. We have to do a settle drive. Is that where we drive it and let it run for a minute, and then we'll look at it. We are actually going to do the back suspension now. Same idea. Jack it up off the ground and loosen the bottom bolts and the top bolts. Oh yeah. Okay, well, oh yeah, that came right out.
Yep.
Okay, here we are at the rear shock. Same idea. We got our spring compressor. We're gonna compress up, pull out this plate, push this bushing down a little. Then we're gonna spin these rings to the right measurements. Okay, on this shock here, we held it on the edge of this shock piece of plastic here. And it's basically 6 inches to the bottom is what we read that we have to do. And then on the top, we got this one set at 16, which is up on the higher part of it, but it's different spring. So that's what it calls for. 6 and 16, that's what we set it up for. Fell on the ground. We were working. See this? Yeah, I've compressed it a little, but
Right. Yeah. Nope.
that's about seems about right, kind of.
Yeah. Here we go.
Yes, sir. Sirree. Oh, I gotta move the bushing. That one's kind of tight. It's not.
I got dirt in there.
Something in there, yeah.
So we can move it after. As long as you can get that.
Just
out.
enough to get it out. There you go. Okay, not a bad job. It just 4 of the same. You just get the right measurements. Now we're going to reinstall the shock back up in the machine. Goes right back up in with 2 bolts. Okay, can you get that bolt in? There you go. Good job. All right. Oh, there it goes. Okay.
Stuck.
It's just kind of crooked. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Perfect. That's considerably more than 10 inches.
Today we changed out the springs on this Can-Am Maverick X3 2022, and we had about 10 inches of clearance. With the new springs, we are right sitting at 14 inches on the front. On the back, we gained about 5 inches overall, 4 to 5 inches. So we're fairly happy with our transition from the better springs. It's gave us some ground clearance, which is what we were hoping for. So if you're looking for better springs, it's a good option. Hopefully this video helped you out. Like and subscribe to Dusty DIY if this was helpful, and thanks for watching.